Oba of Lagos praises army for shooting Endsars protesters. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. Many people criticized the army for coming out during the protest, but it was good they came out. The Oba of Lagos, Rilwan Akiolu, has praised the Nigerian army for its intervention during the Endsars protest, despite sweeping criticism of the latter for opening fire on unarmed protesters at Lekki toll gate. In October 2020, thousands of youth demonstrated across the country for days in protest against decades of police brutality and other human rights abuses by defunct police department tagged Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS. Mr. Akiolu, who hosted the Chief of Army Staff, Farouk Yayata's palace on Tuesday, said although several Nigerians criticized the army for shooting protesters, he appreciated their efforts. I appreciate the efforts of the Nigerian army during the Endsars protest. Many people criticized them for coming out during the protest, but it was good they came out when the police could no longer handle the situation. The monarchs commenting despite a report by the State Judicial Panel of Inquiry to investigate cases of brutality, which described the October 20th, 2020 incident as a massacre. The panel also established that the Nigerian military shot live bullets, killed several protesters and took corpses away in their vans. But Mr. Akiolu argued that the military intervention cushioned the situation. The army's intervention calmed the situation, and I thank Almighty Allah that nobody died in the palace during the incident, he said. The Lagos Monarch Palace was in 2020 invaded by irate youths who accused him of hoarding palliatives meant for poor citizens. Foodstuff, starched hard currency, staff of office, among other valuables were carted away from Mr. Akiolu's palace as he was chased away from his domain for months. Meanwhile, the Chief of Army Staff, who was on operational visit to Lagos to inaugurate some project, said that his visit to the palace was to get royal blessings from the traditional ruler. I come to this palace to pay my respect and homage to the king before inaugurating the project in Isaleko, he said. That is not going to sit well with people. This is not going to sit well with people at all. Oba that holds foodstuff made for the masses, is that one Oba a dog that eats the bone on its neck? The uncomfortable truth. This is not going to sit well with some people. The way he presented and painted this picture is not nice at all. I am trying to understand where he's coming from, but sincerely, he did not made it clear himself. Oba of stomach infrastructure. If this is true, he will definitely pay with his blood. People will not take this lightly with him. I am trying so hard to hear the part where he said, had it been when the protest went sour, that's fine. He's not against, he's against those who were actually shot at. But you see those ones that came later, the real hoodlums that, that swung into action, that broke into people's homes, into people's shops, that started robbing, and started committing all sort of, that he was happy that the army was, he would differentiate him, as in, he'll make it clear because, if you're writing a piece or if you're saying something that will go out to the public, you have to differentiate where you stand clearly so that it will not be used against you. Because when people are going to be telling the story, especially bloggers, they're not going to say it the way you said it. They might put in some words, which will put you in trouble. Yes. If you want to come out, state it clearly, that see, you're not in any support of those people that were killed. That those ones were unarmed protesters, and that the army did not even do well. But you see those ones that were hoodlums that broke into the palace, and differentiate it, let us know very well, because the media can be very funny. Differentiate it. I so waited for him to say, people died at Lekki toll gate. No, that it was not about that one. That, differentiate your pain from, differentiate what you feel. They were holding palliative measures provided by the government to help the people reduce the adverse effects of COVID-19 pandemic. I think the man is angry that the portrait demystified him. It is unfortunate that the Oba of Lagos has a reprobate mind Nigerian is God. You expect him to clap for people who pursue him and he ran and forget his staff of office? It's not funny. Not another, but one of Tinubu's staff. Okay. His own children. Above Lagos, why didn't you wait a minute in your palace when Endsars protesters arrive? You escaped from your window from your own palace, and the protesters stole your staff of office. Maybe your throne is worthless. That was why they left it behind. What a shame. And let me say this. The protesters were not the one that went into this man's office. You people should stop creating problem for yourself. Haba. These people who were busy at the Lekki toll gate did not even have time. Those ones were not the ones that were moving around. Which time did they have? People that they were there doing whatever they were doing. They were singing, they were praying. At the time they were discussing, or sometimes they were demonstrating, and they were shot at. The trauma of being shot at would just send them home immediately. In fact, I'm not even sure many of them would go home. Some would just go where they're going to be able to, clear their head. And you want to come out? No. People should stop implicating people. I beg you. Set our leaders. Oh, finally, one of them is now confirming the shooting after 2 years. So why exactly this celebration and Lai Mohammed denied the truth? All this while, posterity will surely judge you all. The blood of those innocent souls that came to protect had their own fundamental right, but were killed. Like fowls will surely fight you all, dead or alive. From this statement, it is now clear the army shot the peaceful protesters. Okay. Please, let's wish others whatever we can wish our loved ones. That is just the truth. I keep saying, it is not... Sometimes when these people who are in power come out and make some statements, I'm trying to understand them, but it is because these people are not of the masses. Just like those who are in Aso Villa or Aso Rock will come out and say the government is trying. Why would they not try? There is constant power supply in Aso Villa, constant water supply in Aso Villa. You don't have power outage. Never. There can never be power outage in Aso Villa. Then, you don't have... there are many things you don't have. You don't lack medical health care. You don't... Everything you have. So, it is going to be difficult for you to think that there are people who don't have. I don't know if I'm making point. Exactly. If you have not been in a situation before, or maybe even when you are in a good situation, your situation is so good, everything is going just like somebody who is in America, and the person is suddenly coming back to Nigeria, almost it will tell on the person. Same like somebody that have stayed in Nigeria before, somebody who have experienced bad times is not going to the good times. The person will go there and sometimes the person will say, I'm not yet believing that I'm here. So these people, these people, I want to believe that once upon a time they were one of the masses. They saw and felt what the masses for. That is why sometimes it's very difficult to understand how these people see, how they get the opinion formed. On this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. And until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.